My name is Nanya L. I'm from Gary, Indiana, and I'm the 2021 Co-Valedictorian of Morehouse College. If you know anything about Gary, Indiana, it's one of the most poverty-stricken cities in America, but I didn't let that stop me throughout anything. There was a lot of challenges that I really don't speak on a lot because I really don't like when people try to put that on the forefront of their personality and try to wear it, but it was a lot of things that happened. A lot of classmates that I had, a lot of close friends that I had are either gone now or are either in prison now. And it's just hard to keep yourself out of that when you live right in the middle of it. I went to the last public school open in Gary, Indiana, and I ended up becoming valedictorian. But as I was going through school, going through everything that a typical teenager goes through, a lot of people told me that I still kept my personality intact within keeping my grades intact. I was never really into sports like that, but I used to stay after school for art. So I stayed for a couple hours and painted murals throughout the school. Besides that, I just always liked creating things. I was a shoe reseller for a while. I used to always buy, sell, and trade shoes, trying to get money that way. I was always interested in clothes. I would always research clothes, watch fashion shows online, and just research the newest trends and everything like that. When it comes to art and tattooing, I've always been fascinated with tattoos. As a young person, I always thought that one day I'd be covered in tattoos. And even when I was in school, I used to always draw fake sleeves on friends' arms with Sharpies and things like that, just because I always liked the way the art looks on skin, and I always like to be able to create something, and tattoos are something that sticks with you for life. So being able to give somebody something that will be stuck with them forever that they enjoy to see on a day-to-day basis has always been something crazy to me. I had a teacher tell me something that was really kind of interesting. He told me he was the first valedictorian to graduate from this high school. That's not weird. I found Morehouse through a close friend of mine. He actually graduated from my high school. His name's Chris Robinson. Throughout my time searching for a college, I really didn't know too much about college at all. I'm a first-generation graduate. It was a lot of things that I was very unsure about. But graduating valedictorian, I knew it was a lot of doors that could be open for me. It came down to, do I want to go to a HBCU or do I want to go to a more Ivy League type college? And I had a conversation with my friend Chris, asked him a few questions about Morehouse, and he just told me about the culture and everything. And I immediately fell in love with it. I really didn't know too much about Morehouse besides his perspective. I didn't even read the website or brochure or anything, and I immediately accepted my offer. And I realized this is someplace I could fit in. It's a bunch of people that look just like me, coming from backgrounds just like me, but they all have a similar goal in mind to be successful in one way or the other. Throughout my academic career, whether it be high school, middle school, anytime people see me flourishing academically, people always gave me the typical quote of, I don't look like the type of person that would be excelling academically. And I feel like that's one thing we need to change, is that it doesn't matter what you look like, it depends on what you can do. But it's the thing about being a multifaceted person, and you have different aspects to your personality, and people want to pick at one part without exploring the other parts and seeing how much of an intelligent person you are. And I wanted to make that known that you can be the most intelligent person while still letting the other facets of your personality flourish. It wasn't up until last week where a lot of people were coming up to me like, I heard you were in the runnings to become valedictorian. I really didn't expect that. Just because I didn't do things the way they should be done doesn't mean I wasn't doing them. And I feel like a lot of my personality and the way I handle myself and just being someone that can adjust to any environment comes from my family. I come from a great group of people that instilled a lot of different laws and morals in me at an early age, and they always told me to be myself, whether they said it in different quotes in different ways. It's just to be myself at all times. A lot of stuff's hitting me last minute. So I just read an email this morning that said I was the co-valedictorian. I read the email, immediately called my mom. She was crying. I was about to start crying. But it was so crazy. It's like, it's actually real. And I feel like once I walk across that stage, I'm gonna feel like crazy. I'm gonna feel like everything was worth it. I'm gonna look back on everybody that helped me throughout the years, from my teachers in high school to my professors in college that kept egging me on, to the bunch of mentors that I've met in the past 2 years that helped me out throughout everything, and my family that calls me on a daily basis to let me know that I'm actually making it. And my little cousins that see me and they tell me that they're proud of me and that they're inspired to be just like me, and people that were in grades under me that hit me up once I finally got to college on how do you get to college, how do you do this, how do you do that, so I can be that pinpoint person for them. Just being able to think about everybody that's helped me and the people that I've helped and the places that I'm going from here, because this is only the beginning. College is the first step going towards a successful life, and I feel like this first step I made it really well. And that last step across the stage, I know for a fact I'm gonna shed some tears. To anybody that has an array of obstacles in their face and they don't think that they can be able to do what the next person has done, or they can achieve the standard of greatness that they set for themselves, you can do anything you want. It doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter where you're from, it just depends on where you're going.